Welcome to Extraordinary Educator Television with your hosts, Mark and Danielle.
Hello and welcome to EETV. As always, I'm Mark, joined by Danielle. And Danielle, when you were in school, did you have any positive experiences regarding the bus?
Yes. In fact, we rode the same bus route for elementary school, and then our bus driver transferred to our middle school bus route, and her name was Becky. And in fact, I'm still friends with her on Facebook today. She drove myself, three of my sisters. She was the kindest, warmest human. And she would give us fun cookies. This is way back in the 80s when I went to school, but like she would have treats for us on holidays. She made the bus just really amazing.
Yeah,
so
that's
all the
awesome.
Beckys out there. Thank you. Thank you for being amazing.
My bus driver, there was a hill in our neighborhood that was when you went over it in your car, you always got butterflies in your stomach, right? And she would intentionally go a little bit faster over that hill for us. It wasn't dangerous, but it was just like, she knew that we liked it and it was a great connection. So bus drivers, they can make an impact. And our story here on Edu Update talks about how there's a bus driver shortage and we look at the reasons why. When thinking back on your school years, what was the one thing that was always there for you? The bus. It took you to school, it took you home. When you had a field trip, that yellow friend never let you down. Well, today, nationwide, there is a driver shortage. In Massachusetts, the governor deployed 250 National Guardsmen to drive children to school. In Pennsylvania, some districts are paying families to voluntarily opt out of bus pickups. And in Texas, coaches and teachers are being asked to drive buses before school. The reasons for the shortages are many. Remote learning forced many bus companies and districts to lay off workers. The pay is low, the schedule is rough, and the average age of a school bus driver is 56. So due to worries of contracting COVID, many drivers quit for health concerns. In some areas, Amazon is poaching drivers. Like many areas of our economy, some argue what America is experiencing isn't so much a job shortage as it is a shortage of good wages and worker rights. To read more, check out the link in the show notes, and this has been Edu Update.
Hey, it's Danielle here, and this is Got a Minute. Are you wondering how to improve your transition time? Do you want to learn a little bit something from brain science? I bet you do. So we are going to talk about a way to help your students know what to pay attention to. What do I mean? Research in neuroscience shares that the brain, our brains, need to know it's time to pay attention. We need to know what to focus on. So there's also other research in the field of positive psychology with an activity or a series of activities called positive priming. So I've taken positive psychology, neuroscience, smushed them into 4 ways you can help with transitions or allow students' brains to focus on what they're about to learn. It's very simple. 4 activities. They also help students feel validated and affirmed in classrooms. The first is a call and response. You can use it for anything. Before math, before ELA, before recess. All you do is say, when I say blank, you say blank. So when I say math, you say go, math, go, math, go. Woo! Very easy. It allows students to be engaged and allows their brains to know what to focus on. Positive priming activity number 2, movement. Movement is very helpful. You could create moves for each subject. You could have movement, dance parties in the middle of your classroom. But it's a really specific way to make sure that we know that we're focusing on learning. So maybe you have math moves. We've talked about this before. Or maybe you have an ELA move. It could just be like this. Whatever. So include movement. 3 is music. Music can help signal for transitions. It can help signal to start a subject. And the 4th is one of my favorites. It's a great way to start a lesson, finish a lesson, or just end your day. 3 deep breaths. When doing this, you're starting to calm the brain, calm your any stress centers. And the last thing you do is smile for 15 seconds. What this does is open our brains for learning. Plus, it's going to activate the mirror neurons in your students, or if you have it with your own children or in a faculty meeting. People cannot smile while they're looking at you smiling. So, little brain research, little positive psychology, 4 ways to drive attention in your classroom. And that's been Got a Minute. Well, that is our episode today. But before we part, I do want to ask you, Mark, based on my Got a Minute of positive priming, how do you focus your brain?
In order for me to focus my brain, I have to be comfortable with my surroundings. I have to have my water. I have to be in comfortable clothes. I can't feel restricted. And I don't know if that's really a technique or not, but I noticed that that's what I have to do. I mean, are you similar? Do you have to have your setting just right?
I do have to have my setting just right, but sometimes because I've read the neuroscience, if I really need to focus, I will do a positive priming activity for myself, which involves movement. Sometimes I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
It's weird, but it works.
Maybe I'll practice that.
You should.
Okay.
Well, hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you again for watching. So until we meet again, be you,
be true,
be extraordinary.